Who's going to win this season?
I think it's hard to bet against Betty.
Betty's gonna win it again. Like, she's got a hammer.
Second in the first year, champion last year. She looks as good as ever.
I think the idea of going back to back would be really, really cool. So I might say that Betty, back to back Betty, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I think we have many options. Of course, I'm one of them. But let's see.
Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN, presented by Nike. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Welcome back to the only individual championship in the sport of volleyball. It'll be decided over the next 5 weeks in this format. 44 of the top athletes on the planet with an innovative scoring system that awards and then takes away points depending upon the performance. We redraft each Tuesday with the top 4 point holders in the standings making the picks. We play Friday, Sunday, and Monday. Match number 2 of night number 1 of season 3. Team De La Cruz taking on Team Edmond. Legacy Park in Mesa, Arizona, our host for this entire run. Welcome back in, or welcome in, Kevin Barnett, alongside former collegiate standout Missy Whittemore. Missy, the champ is here, but Dani De La Cruz about to take the floor. In 23, she ran away with it in 22.
Yeah, Betty De La Cruz back in gold as she continues her record-setting ways. Betty is making her 10th consecutive appearance as a captain. She is the most decorated player in AU volleyball history. She has 20 MVP honors to her name and also sets career highs in kills, attempts, aces, MVP honors, and points. Betty is the player that everyone's chasing, Kevin.
Yeah, she is wrapping it up, and quite a contrast, all the speed you see in the game. High balls will go outside with a powerful finish. Now, you can't be a hitter if you don't have any passing, and she loves her some Noma.
Nomaris Velez-Augusto back in the Libero jersey for Betty after finishing the season together in the final 4 weeks of 2022. They have really become the dynamic duo of AU volleyball.
Indeed they have. And on the other side, it's going to be women in purple. Officially Team Edmond, it should be called Cats on the Pins.
I like it. Leah Edmond captains the purple team after finishing in 6th place in 2022. The all-time kills leader at Kentucky chose a familiar face in her first pick and former teammate Allie Stumler-Linehan. She said Allie balances her quite well with her consistent and clean style of play. These two and several others on this team coming off of the spring tour of AU volleyball. It'll be interesting to see if they can carry that chemistry over into week 1.
Yeah, Cats at the pins, and they will be trying to score on the outside. We saw a lot of scoring in our first match on that outside. 40 points at stake for each set win. That is for the team. Everyone on the team gets 40 points, 60 points for the overall. That's 180 team points available in every match. Your individual stats, you're going to get pluses, you're going to get minuses. It should, over the course of a season or any one match, be about 36% of your total. And then the MVP voting, it happens at the end of every match, and it's voted on by the players and by members of the Unlimited Club. Chance for you to get involved. If we do not have an aggregate score with one team winning, if we have a tie at the end of 3 sets, because we add all the points up on aggregate for the overall win, we will play a golden set. We did it once last year, and we are hopeful for this year. A look at the gold side. I love the new uniforms. Yes, please. Alicia Childress gets the start at setter. We are underway here in match number 2. First ball to the outside. That's Stumler, now Linehan. That ball is tight to the net. Betty smartly done off the hands of Hilly and Hart, the Badger front row.
We talked about the Wildcats at the pins of Kentucky. Well, this team with a lot of NCAA star power also features Hilly and Hart, a couple NCAA champions. And by the way, not to mention, we haven't even pointed out the fact that they have the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, another NCAA champion, and Morgan Hintz on their side. So this team is loaded.
We really enjoyed the play of Claire Chaussee in the last match. And Allie Linehan is going to be an exact same type of player, violent at the point of attack on the outside, a dynamic outside out of San Clemente, California. She's back to serve. And throws an ace right away. Plus 12, rookie. Welcome.
The big question has been, can anyone compete with De La Cruz for the title this year? And we've got some youngsters. We got to see Brooke Nuneviller in the first match today. You mentioned Claire Chassé. We've got our eyes on the Wildcats here in purple. We'll see if one of these young players can make a case for champion.
No, Betty's not having any of it. How do you like that one down the line?
On cue. Betty was like, no. Let me just show you how this is done.
Congratulations. Latanya came over, had a nice moment, gave me a big hug. So congratulations, you qualified for the Olympics again. The Dominican Republic qualified for 2024. And also congratulations, Team USA and Karch Karai, the defending gold medalists. They also are returning to the field to defend their title.
Big congratulations. Betty, of course, fresh off that road to Paris qualifier, as well as her libero, who we mentioned, Nomaris, also fresh off that tournament.
The men's tournament underway right now as the field starts to take shape for the upcoming Olympics. Tough serve there by Hart, handled well overhead. And that will be put away at the net. Another Adekanle. Adekanle out of Humboldt, Texas. And a freshman in this, a rookie. 24 of our 44.
Yeah, this is actually Adekanle's first pro experience. So congratulations to her on her pro debut.
And kill. That ball killed on the outside by the veteran Leah Edmond. 2019 at Kentucky, played with Kaz Brown, who we saw make an impact late in the last match alongside Stumbles. See Linehan now.
I love the fact that Leah Edmond had such great self-awareness. She kind of said, I'm just a banger all the time. That's why I need Allie out there, kind of even things out for Team Purple.
Kill by Jenna Rosenthal on the inside. We were looking at warm-ups and rosters and everything coming into this one. Team Edmond, to me, looks pretty darn physical when you have Hart and Rosenthal in the middle. Those are two of the most physical middles in the entire league. We've mentioned the pins. And all at the direction of Sydney Hilly, as the ace is served up there by number 8 on point.
Yeah, lots of familiar faces from some of the recent dominant teams in collegiate volleyball. And we'll see how they handle themselves in the AU format and the scoring system here.
Yeah, overpass that time. Coverage, stabbed over. Hilly another dig, but a net violation will take it away.
Wow, hate to see it after the defensive effort of Hilly there on back-to-back plays to keep that ball alive.
Latanya De La Cruz back to serve. Are we going jumper? That's the question. That is her signature. Here we go. Overpass generated. Nomaris is there. Oh, an unfortunate landing there off the kill. Well, you hate to see that in the sport of volleyball. The kill successful, but looking like she got stuck on the surface upon landing. Anada Adekanle down on the court.
It's gone silent here, and Childress, the setter for Team Gold, actually Betty's first pick in the draft, quickly down to the floor to console Adekanle.
Holding that left leg up off the floor. Just immediately in pain. Never a good sign. No collision with another player that I can see in live time. Take a look back. Yeah, just losing the left knee on landing with her left leg. We'll look for an update on Anada. Training staff here on point to help out and take care of these athletes. Talk to an athlete up and down. They talk about how well they are taken care of.
We're going to see Kayla Caffey inserted into the match here as the middle blocker.
She'll be in the front row with Lindsay Vanderweide, former Oregon star, along with Willow Johnson, former Oregon star.
Yes.
And Vanderwide picks up the block, number 21 in black.
The big rip of Leah Edmond quickly returned when the block is in the right place at the right time. You hit it that hard and it comes back pretty hard as well.
Betty still at the service line. We're tied at 6. Remember, we're looking for the aggregate. Another pass up on top of the net. A little back and forth there. And Johnson, Willow, cleans it up. Welcome back, 44. Played in the league back in 2021 and has played well coming into the Open tonight.
Yeah, well, Willow Johnson, I mentioned that Team Purple had quite a few players who had played in that spring tour. Willow Johnson, who's on the gold team, also played in that spring tour and had a lot of success, really caught fire, and she's hoping that propels her right into this season.
4-0, 3 points behind the service of Bethania De La Cruz. To the gold side, Namaris with the dig. Hilly outside, fast pace, picked up with the block. Johnson in transition, no. That'll be Rosenthal alongside Edmonds. Jenna Rosenthal won off the lead last year in total blocks.
Yeah, we've talked about middles who could push for a top spot on the leaderboard. I think you have to put Rosenthal in that category as well. Never a middle, has been a team captain, a little bit less point scoring opportunities. Tried to increase their point scoring this year as they will get +2 on a block assist.
So the middles are going to go 6'4" and 6'5" over there. Women in purple, 6'5" Rosenthal. Nice pickup by the 6'2" Vanderwide. Rosenthal with pause. Back to the beach tournament. Oh, not quite. I hate those deep blocks. When you're hitting an attacker, you feel like you can get to carry out. And it lands in.
This is Cayasso out here at the opposite for Team Edmond. Looked like it might go wide, but no, stays in. And so instead, big points on the block there for Team Gold.
Beautifully timed attack by number 77, Genesis Cayasso, out of Carolina, Puerto Rico. Part of the international flair here.
Yeah, has played with Valentine Anderson and then with Augusto, who's in that white jersey for Team Gold over there in the Puerto Rican national team.
Well, Hennis is a 14-year pro.
Yeah.
And a robust league in Puerto Rico. A little too tight, saved. And that one snuck inside the outstretched arms of Hart. If you want to experience the action of AU volleyball in person here in Mesa, Arizona, you can. Get your tickets now at auprosports.com/tickets. Bring yourself, bring your friends, bring your kids, bring your team. We're going to be here for the next 5 weeks on Friday, Sunday, and Monday, right after the championship, first weekend in November. Back to serve, Willow Johnson. Native of Arizona. Of course, Dad Randy, I think he played some baseball.
I think I've heard of him.
I recall hearing of him.
Maybe somewhere around here.
Yeah. Of course, Randy Johnson, the fireball left-hander. Spent a long time with the Diamondbacks. And his daughter, a top-shelf volleyball athlete in her own right. Said she had a hard time finding an identity after volleyball. Had an odyssey in the last year or so. And I get you. I feel your pain. It's tough. You've been doing that your whole life. Nobody home for that set. So, hey, there's your setting error. That'll be a -12 for Alicia Glass. Nothing against Alicia. I just like when setters finally pay for their poor setting. Nothing personal with Alicia. Right back to Betty in the middle back. Covers herself with the left arm. Vanderwide. Dug by Hentz, one of the big defensive talents out here in the league. No touch called, and that ball is long. Point De La Cruz.
Yeah, we've seen Alicia Childress and Betty De La Cruz trying to make that connection over there for Team Gold. Interestingly, Alicia Childress was the first draft pick of Betty De La Cruz, and she said that in 3 of her 5 drafts last year, she went for a setter first. And obviously limited setters in the pool this year in the draft because 2 were captains.
I thought it was interesting, though, maybe Betty not knowing some of the young college setters and the talent they have coming in. She went for the guarantee, and Alicia, someone that she knows from the national team, knows from last year. Well, never having played together until last year, certainly knew of one another.
Yeah.
All the Norseca zones Alicia, a tremendous talent, Olympian and medalist for Team USA. And Alicia, her quote, when asked what else would you like the TV crew to know about you, she said, at 35 after 3 kids, it's not pretty, but I'm out here doing it. Good for you, Alicia, that you're out here doing it. I love it. I love it. A tight first set. This is what we saw in our first match. Tightly contested, although it ended up being a pretty solid victory for Team Nutsara. 180 total points. They swept it. That float serve finds a +12 and another point on the board. 12-10. Team Dela Cruz, some strong serving. There's Willow and there's Dad, Randy. 5-time Saturn winner in the stadium, checking it out. Good to see him here. Roll shot, chance for more points for the gold side. Vitania, high off the hands, as she has done thousands of times.
And it is so hard to get a kill anywhere in the vicinity of Morgan Hintz, and yet Betty just made it look possible with that high, hard rip-off hands. And now we're going to see a little discussion with the facilitator here for Leah Edmond as they try to adjust their serve receive. We've seen Betty and company going at Leah Edmond here.
Move it around, Moynihan with the pass. And a near kill down the line. Yes, that one does carry. Mentioning the facilitators, they are here to help out the captains who are in charge of everything from practice times, whether you practice or not, what happens throughout the week. Dave Rubio working with Leah Edmond this week. Longtime coach at Arizona, recently retired.
And Leah Edmond says that he is the reason she is playing volleyball, actually. A nice little story.
It's a small, wonderful world, the sport of volleyball. That ball is tight, but salvaged. And again, Betty with a smart play. Left-handed push through the block. Yeah, I got this.
Just another example as to why she is our reigning champ.
And now a net violation.
Ooh.
Late call, and Betty can't believe it.
We may get a challenge here. What do you think? Do you use the challenge already here in the first set?
You have 2 per set.
Yeah.
You can use them. The thing is you want to be careful. You don't want to break momentum.
Right.
Dela Cruz, 2-point lead, been playing well. You don't necessarily want to stop things.
I know.
It functions like a timeout for the other side.
And you're right, like a veteran. She just goes right back into serve receive.
Yeah, better you just set me another high ball.
Yeah, like this. Ooh.
How about that, though? Danielle Hart is ready.
Some Wisconsin block power there at the right pin. Danielle Hart alongside Sydney Hilly, maybe underestimating the college setter here as a blocker. Great right hand by Sydney Hilly.
Badgers don't really have paws, do they?
I think they have to have. Isn't that what it was?
Is it a paw?
I don't know.
Oh, doesn't matter. Getting a paw under it there is Morgan Hintz.
She's got paws.
Trees don't have paws. Quick, into the middle. Johnson, power to the corner, and it's a winner for 44.
Left hand of Willow Johnson is a really nice compliment to Betty De La Cruz on the left pin.
First team to 15 with no timeouts has a technical timeout here at Legacy Park. Team Dela Cruz, the champ, +2, set 1. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by Nike and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact.
The role of a captain is basically you're everything. You're the coach, you're the leader, you're everything. It's nice that I got a whole year kind of off from being a captain, and I got to sit back and learn and just be a part of that. And I think coming from season 1 to season 3, being a captain, I've learned so much. And I think every captain has their own kind of like philosophy of how they want to pick, but I know for me the biggest thing is making sure I'm around people that love the game as much as I do. You only get 3 sets, so you got to really get a move on, and so being around people who understand the pressure of we got to play really, really well, but also enjoying every moment.
AU volleyball action continues as we see the gold and purple teams make their debuts. Now here's how they came together at the draft on Tuesday. Kentucky Wildcat fans loved Leah Edmonds' first pick and Allie Linehan, and she described them as opposites. She said, Allie can pick apart a defense, but I'm gonna go bang that ball every time. And the other thing that Leah wanted was familiarity in 6 athletes she was on the exhibition tour with. And then you have Betty De La Cruz, who has built a team many times in this league, but she did some things differently this time with Alicia Glass-Childress. They only played together 1 week last season, and getting an opposite early. She usually only does that in the 3rd and 4th rounds, but she involved Willow Johnson in practice and wanted to put her in this offense today.
Putting together a couple of big arms, and it's worked out so far, a 2-point lead. Yeah, if you are the big arm, you want your setter. If you're a setter, you're looking for a big arm.
Looking for a big arm.
And there are a lot of arms to go around. This is going to be quite a season here in Legacy Park. Whole bunch of new talent, some of it on display in this match, other parts of it on display in the previous match. Claire Chaussee having herself a night in her debut. Team Nude Sara, a straight sets win, 180 points. And they won the overall 75-63. Kevin Barnett alongside Missy Whittemore as that service is missed.
Looked like Karis Watson trying to target Leah Edmond there. We're seeing that develop with gold strategy here early. We've also seen Team Purple be quick to make adjustments in their serve receive.
That ball's tight. Betty deals with it. Just a little bit better. Set over, sent back. Kill from the pin for a Kentucky Wildcat.
Not one of the hardest hit balls we've seen from Leah Edmonds by any means, but really nice job of finding the deep corner.
15 apiece. Betty overhand reception. Feeding to Willow. Whew. Willow has more pop than a couple years ago.
Really good looking swing from Willow Johnson, and realize that's out of the backcourt. She's just rotated to the front row, but I really think it distributes the power evenly from pin to pin for Betty, and I mean that just makes her chances even better.
Looking for the back line, just long. Just out.
Yeah, great decision there by Allie Linehan, formerly Stumler, out of Kentucky, as she follows that one deep into the court and lets it go.
And we're going to have a captain's challenge whether the ball was in or not. So we'll take a look. It was close. I had it out in real time, but the barn eye, notoriously horrible. So Team De La Cruz will use the captain's challenge. You have 2 challenges per set. You can use them. And I understand in the first set, they were having some issues with the communication, and that was why challenges were taking a little longer than we were expecting.
I think I still have that out.
Well, you have to make a definitive call, Missy Whitmore. It's your job.
I don't have to because I'm not paid to be the official. So
well,
I'm just going to go with I think so. Can I get away with that?
No.
Oh, all right.
No,
then.
this is a definitive broadcast.
All right, I'm going out.
Thank you. All
Are you
right.
agreeing or not?
Missy Whittemore has put it on out. I will also agree. That ball's out, and we should continue.
Of course, it's easy for me to agree with Allie Stumler. I have to say, I watched her play a whole lot of collegiate volleyball, and she's one of my faves. So, you know, maybe I'm biased here.
That's the beauty of this. Finally, you get to watch these players in the United States on the next level. We get to see Chaussee again. We get to see Stumler again. Now Linehan. You get to continue to watch some of the talents you've seen before. Rosenthal, Hilly, Hart, Hentz, like all these names.
And I think that's why this matchup is so compelling. These teams are built so differently. You know, you look at all the collegiate star power of Team Edmond, and then you look at the experience of Johnson and Childress and De La Cruz and Vanderweide. I mean, obviously a collegiate star in her own right, but just a little bit more experienced group.
Yeah, Vanderweide a few years back from Oregon, played in the Philippines. She played against Stalzer there and in Greece against Kaz Brown. This one's going to be confirmed out, but it gives us a chance to check in with Rai Santos, fresh off the walk-in, which is her favorite. That's her favorite. Fridays, we get to walk in as you come into the event.
Hello, guys.
And she's our star in the stands. What's up, Rai?
Hi, guys. Listen, I'm here with a high school team. They're from Glendale, right? An hour and a half away, so hey!
All right, what have they been impressed with so far there?
What have you guys been impressed so far?
How tall everybody is.
How tall everybody is. Well, a couple of us feel like that.
How high they can jump. It's insane. How much power.
Powerful girls. We're powered. Yes, love it.
Well, Rai, we want to brag on you as well because you are returning as the teammate of the year from a season ago. And that's quite an accomplishment when you're thrown in with 44 other volleyball players to come out on top of that group. What would your advice be to these young players around you in terms of what makes a good teammate?
Yeah, last year I got very surprised when I had that gift from everyone because I feel like everyone deserved it. And I felt honored with all of my teammates, but what makes a good teammate for me is someone that is always there to help each other, to help your teammate out of tough situations, always positive, and always trying to find solutions for their team. And bringing all the energy and just be for each other at all times.
Does your husband, Jesse, feel the same way? Has he used all those adjectives as well?
Well, yes. For sure. He's better.
You've been a kind of a volleyball mercenary. How would you compare Athletes Unlimited seasons to that in Spain, Kazakhstan, France, Greece, all the other places you've been?
Listen, it's so competitive. Like even from last year to this year, like I feel like in every position we have gotten very strong. So it's already very competitive. Like you cannot tell who might got the win, and during the weekend, any surprises can happen. But yeah, I love how Athletes Unlimited is all about their athletes and out their players and finding ways for our athletes to, feel comfortable to come to work, have a healthy environment to come to work, and they take care of absolutely everything. So I love my second season, and having the opportunity to be here as a, second year with Athletes Unlimited is one of the best things ever.
Rai, put your coach's hat on for us for a minute. What are the adjustments we're going to see from Team Orange before your next match?
Yes, we talked about it a little bit. Stay aggressive, like going back to our winning strategies for this game. Get back to our grit, competition, and our 3 Ps, passion, preparation, purpose, and all that stuff. So get better at serve receive, and our grit got to be there. When we showed up and we had our energy, our team was up there. But first game, first weekend, we're still very positive. We got the first game out of the way, and now we're just gonna get at it and keep getting better from here.
All right, let's get some fire from the players around you there on the way out. Let's hear some excitement. Thanks, Rai.
Thank you.
Rai Santos, our star in the stands here in match number 2, as Team De La Cruz was trailing moments ago. Betty? No. Tied at 19 with that service ace. Yeah, Rai Santos, we will get back to her. She will find some people to hang out with. That ball was good. Nice save by Hilly. Tip, picked up, Alicia Childress. Put away by Willow. 2019.
The Team Gold has dug themselves out of a hole on the back of Willow Johnson. It was blocking at the right pin, and now it's the offense as well. And Kayla Caffey, who came into the match early after an injury, doing a really nice job up there, getting involved in that block.
That's 4 kills for Willow Johnson in her return here. Set number 1. Into the middle. Rosenthal. Jenna Rosenthal from Marquette University, not too far away from UW. Here's now Fond du Lac. I look at our leaderboard, and yeah, it's all blue.
And that is because in the first match, Team Blue won every set. Of course, racking up those aggregate points as well.
Just off the fingertips of Jenna Rosenthal. Johnson with 5 kills. So delivering on the promise that was from the college tour as well as scrimmages leading into the season and the preseason prep. Can the gold side close it here? Team De La Cruz looking for 40 set points and a first set victory. Betty with the dig. Vanderweyde inside, Hens pops it up. Pac-12 rivals. And a misconnection out of the middle back gives another point to De La Cruz. They stretch to 2. You can rekindle old friendships. You can rekindle old rivalries too.
Oh, definitely. I'll tell you what, there's been a drop-off in passing here for Team Edmond in this first set, and so they became really left side dominant. We're going to see it again, and that block has just been able to take over when the offense is that predictable.
Hansen, another diving save, and it pays. Kill from Linehan.
Allie Linehan handling a tough ball really well because, again, we talked about the predictability of Team Edmond right here as their ball control lacking just a little, and yet Linehan finds a way.
Taylor Brunstegen checks in from USC. That would be University of South Carolina back in 2016. Setter out of Normal, Illinois. Lefty. Vanderweyde with tip coverage. That's been good for Team De La Cruz, and a winner down the line from Willow Johnson, who continues her exceptional play. Let's check in with Savannah Collins with an injury update.
Down earlier, Aneta Adekunle, who went down earlier in the game, is listed as out for the rest of the evening and questionable for the weekend. She was taken back to the training room after some pats and hugs from her teammates and other athletes at AU, sending her back to get checked out.
All right, so ruled out for this game, and we'll wait for updates later. Always unfortunate to see in the sport of volleyball. Not too much compared to a football or a basketball, but certainly an ever-present part of the game. Hence with that dig, and that is good off the ceiling. You play collegiate rules, stays on your side, you can play it off the roof. Tip, popped up by Hart, bump set, and run down the net for the winning point. 23-22.
Nice job there by Leah Edmond to have the wherewithal to play that ball as it pops down off the ceiling, and then Morgan Hens sends it over.
Ceiling's going 30 feet plus. There's some HVAC up there. That one came directly off one of the vents. Betty pushes it a little too far, and that will be a tie here in our first set. It becomes a race to 2, win by 2.
Great misdirection there by Danielle Hart.
Timeout, Team De La Cruz. The conclusion of set 1. Someone's going to take home 40 set points and a first set victory. Will it be Team De La Cruz or Team Edmond? Our nightcap is only just underway from Arizona.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Just here.
This is what every player dreams of.
Welcome back to Athletes Unlimited Volleyball.
how the best players in the world are able to compete here on domestic soil.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. It's back.
So y'all want the tea? Well, what kind do you want? You want super team tea steeped in drama from Sin City to Brooklyn? Or do you want something a little spicier? Because I got tea on all the trash talk in and around the W. I saw y'all comments. We got sweet tea, bank shot tea, off-season tea, and don't forget the fits. But the tea party isn't over. I've got a lot more to spill.
First set tied, 23 apiece. Team Dela Cruz, the champ, Betania Dela Cruz, trying to take the first set in 40 win points over Team Edmond. For every ace during this year's AU volleyball season, Aspiration will be planting 10 trees. The Aspiration Aces program. We put a forest in the ground last year. Betania Dela Cruz, a big part of that, and already here with a couple of aces, adding the amount of oxygen on your planet. How did we get the captain's board this week coming in? Well, it was based on last year's finish and participation in this season, and we had quite a diverse group.
Absolutely. For the first time ever, history made in the first match here this evening as Sara and Valentina Anderson, both setters, and that's never happened before to have two setters as captains in 1 week.
Out of the timeout, that ball banged for the winner. Lindsay Vanderwater. There's a player who's all in on volley. She said, if I'm not playing, if that was no longer possible, I'd be coaching.
Okay.
Love it. Had a tremendous career, 4-year starter at Oregon, Turlock, California, serving for this set. 40 win points, nearly taken there. Smartly read. Betty. Nope. Hence once again. And we'll stretch into some overtime here in set one.
After Linehan went to the floor early in that rally, Hilly sets the outside, and Linehan nowhere to be found. So Morgan Hintz just has to send a free ball over, and surprisingly, goal team doesn't cash in on it.
Just looking at the dig numbers. Morgan Hintz, yeah, no shock. Already 9 in the first set. Betty. High over, dug by Linehan, and then attacked. Betty getting a lot of work here in this first set. Johnson, she was so good early. That one doesn't find the Terraflex. How about a sharp angle? Yes, please, Leah Edmond. Set point the other way. The captain.
Captain coming up with a huge rip off of the bump set, now assist by Morgan Hintz.
For the set, Team Edmond gonna get a free ball chance. Not this time. Willow Johnson with the dig, but Danya, no swing to be had again. Nearly put it away. Can they make purple pay? No, not yet. Deep corner winner. Johnson keeps Team Dela Cruz alive.
Wow, and talk about how much pressure is taken off of De La Cruz there, because Johnson, to choose to go to Johnson, to have that much faith in her when you've got Betty in left front, just tells you how well Johnson has to be playing in the gym in practice right now.
6 kills for Willow Johnson. Backslide. Good touch, nobody there. Vanderwater playing up shallow. And that ball clear in the end line for Danielle Hart. Graduated Wisconsin in 2022.
I'm sorry, pass is there, and no surprise we see the Badger connection. I actually thought maybe we'd get a little bit more production out of the middles on Team Purple here in this first set. considering the fact that we have two great ones in Danielle Hart and Jenna Rosenthal, but with a little lack of ball control, I don't think they've gotten quite as many attempts as I would have expected to see.
Betty gets an in-rhythm attack and puts it in the coffin corner. Close the lid, put it 6 feet under. That ball is gone.
Done.
Looking for the advantage here. Team Dela Cruz, they're going to have to pick up 2 reels. And they're going to have to beat the other captain to do it. Captains are at war. Third opportunity for Team Edmond to close set 1. 40 win points.
Give and go for Leah Edmond. I like the fact that she handles this first contact overhead. Strong hands, just goes and puts it right on top of the setter.
Hilly working on Betty. Betty will get the ball again. That ball laid up there just perfect by Alicia Glass. Childress. Let me get the Childress on there.
Yes. And you see the frustration from Morgan Hintz and Allie Linehan as they immediately say, oh, we should have had that. But boy, she slices through the defense there.
Betty to the back row. Had success already serving. Nomaris with the dig. Betty out of the back row. Yes, indeed, right through the block. Advantage Team Dela Cruz in a second set point opportunity.
Willow Johnson playing with all sorts of confidence. And I think I would too if I was playing alongside Betty De La Cruz.
Betty served the line early. Again working into that gap, Hence pops it up. Nomaris nearly had another. And we're tied. Extra time.
What a first contact there by Morgan Hintz. Betty sort of trying to go at Leah Edmond, who, by the way, handled a couple serve receives there late in this set 1 very well. But trying to go at her, and it looked like it was going to be an ace if it weren't for the diving effort of Morgan Hintz.
Vandewaide overpass. And that was the one where it has to be a back row setter or an overcall, and we'll go back row setter against Alicia Childress.
Captains still leading the way. Leah Edmond leading the charge for purple.
Fourth chance to close. Johnson, not quite enough. Linehan for the set. No, that'll be a lift. As relaxed as the rules are now, if it sticks to your hands and your jersey, no. 29 up.
Linehan arguing her case there momentarily, but the up official shakes his head no.
No touch called. Tongwin, our referee, checks and says, no, I don't see it. A challenge indicated. Why not? You have 2 challenges. You think there's a touch? Have at it.
Definitely. Right call here by Leah Edmond, no matter what, because if there's any chance there's a touch, you got to have it right here. And if not, you slow down the momentum for Team Gold.
So these 2 teams are fighting for 40 win points. And just to give you an idea of how important the team points are, as you can make the judgment about whether that ball was touched from Collazo or not. Last year's stat points for Betania De La Cruz, there, 2,352 stat points, 1,640 win points, which is nearly the most in the league, and 660 MVP points. So she was leading a lot of categories. What do you think there? Missy Whittemore, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything from that angle. I'd have to have something a little closer.
These team points are vitally important. If you go down to number 22 in last year's list, Carly Lloyd, over 1,000 stat points, but only 920 win points. And that will make you the 4th setter on the list and number 22 total. Your team has to win.
Yeah, absolutely. The win points are key to success. You know, this matchup on paper was so intriguing to me. I was really looking forward to this one. And here we sit at 29-30. No surprise. Living up to it.
No touch called initially. And after review, We're going to have no touch confirmed, is the word we're hearing from our referees and our staff here at Legacy Park. Night number 1 of 3 on this weekend. We'll appreciate you checking back with us on Sunday and Monday. Same times, 4 and 6:30. Local time, that would be 7. And if I do the math correctly, 9:30 on the East Coast there? Since the whole world runs through the East Coast?
Of course it does.
Okay. So says the Florida resident. All right. Team De La Cruz, their 3rd chance to close. We've had 7 set points here. Kayla Caffey checked into this match. About partway through the first set here. That ball is inside. Not quite getting there is Karis Watson.
Yeah, Karis Watson trying to account for Jenna Rosenthal before she releases to the left pin, and the speed of that set from Sydney Hilly created just enough seam there for Allie Linehan.
A lot of angle to be had. And all of it taken. Taylor Bruns checks in. Tegenruth with the serve and a dig. Roll shot down the line is a winner. Edmond back on top. Is 5, the lucky number for the women in purple. 5th set point.
How about the dig from Bruns Tegenruth, just checking into the match to serve as a setter. Sort of different position to go dig out of left back.
Vandewaide fights it off overhead to Johnson, mistimed, and not this time from number 17. Let's just keep going. Let's play some more volleyball here. The fans came out to Legacy Park for a Friday night. May as well give them what they want.
Here it is. Willow Johnson just enough on that one.
Johnson to the back row, Alicia Glass to the front. Glass, Childress in that right front. Can you take advantage? You don't have to. Look at Hentz with the read. Hentz will have to bump set inside that 10-foot line. Linehan with the roll. Both sides, credit card defense. They're charging.
Willow Johnson with a couple.
Oh, and Betty trying to go high over, clips the light.
Ah.
And if it clips the light and goes over, that ball is dead. It has to stay on your side.
Willow Johnson, though, in right back. Beautiful defense over the course of that rally. But Morgan Hentz with the play of the rally, 100%, as she comes flying in out of nowhere to save the overpass.
6th set point. Long slide back, dug up. Gomaris is there. Vandewaide. Blocked, covered, and that's it. In extra time, 33-31.
Those 40 points were well earned by Team Edmond. Finally, it's the block of the Badgers, Hilly and Hart, to put the first set in the books for what I expect to be a very long match as these two teams battle it out.
If the first set is any indication, settle on in, folks. You're in for a treat. Team De La Cruz, Team Edmond, both captains going toe-to-toe throughout the ending moments of that one. We've set the high water mark for a set score in 2023, and it's only match number 2, set number 1. Come back for more. Edmond with the lead for now.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
here.
This is what every player dreams of.
Welcome back to Athletes Unlimited Volleyball.
Now the best players in the world are able to compete here on domestic soil.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. It's back.
So y'all want the tea? Well, what kind do you want? You want super team tea steeped in drama from Sin City to Brooklyn? Or do you want something a little spicy? Because I got tea on all the trash talk in and around the W. I saw y'all comments. We got sweet tea, bank shot tea, off-season tea, and don't forget the fits. But the tea party isn't over. I've got a lot more to spill.
My bad on the pass. Ready? Yes! Let's go! Yes! Great team! Good job! It was so weird, but it worked. It was really weird. I was like, I set you on like...
Leah Edmond getting just enough of that and are into the action with the Air National Guard in that thrilling first set, 33-31. Team Edmond coming up with the victory and 40 team points already added to their totals. Let's check in with Savannah Collins. Team Edmond's strategy, what's happening with the women in purple?
Well, there was a crucial timeout at 25-25 where the team came together and they established some things about themselves as that game was going down the line. They said, we're going to serve aggressively. We are not going to let up on that no matter how deep into this set we go. And we are going to block for points. When it comes down to winning that set, it is going to mean picking up points on the block and playing great defense. And man, did we see that from Morgan Hintz down the line.
All right, they're going to stay steady with that strategy. The strategy sometimes is just give it to your most powerful hitter. Allie Linehan, she's showing why she was so successful in college and will continue to have a career.
Well, Leah Edmond said she drafted her because she's so consistent and she can carve up a defense. And I think that's what we're seeing out of her right now is her consistency, her range, her ability to move the ball around. But there is no lack of power in that arm. See how hard she works in transition on and off the net. I think there's more points there to be had for Linehan, to be honest with you. And I love what she did in middle back, watching her in middle back from corner to corner, scooping up balls and keeping her team in system.
Cats at the pins, update, 14 kills in that first set, 10 of them for Allie Linehan. Yeah, 400. 400 as your hitting percentage.
Very similar numbers to what we saw from Claire Chaussee in match number 1 tonight. These are two young guns who could really make a mark on this league because of the number of kills that they're able to produce, but that high hitting efficiency. I mean, just so rare to see a hitting attack error from them.
That is not your kill percentage. A kill percentage is how many times you're killing the ball, just divided into the total number of attempts. Your efficiency is when you take out the times you get blocked, along with the times that you hit out of bounds, and subtract those from your total, then divide it into the total number of attempts. But 40% as a kill efficiency, 40% of the time works every time.
Yeah, and the efficiency is certainly important in AU style scoring because your errors do count against you. It's not just a lack of earning points. Your errors work against you.
Our leaderboard live updating. Now, you're not going to see either of these two teams, gold or purple, stepping up. You can see the designation there on the left into the top 10 till we get much further on. And I dare say, unless we get an exceptional stat performance, which Allie Linehan has had thus far, unless someone sweeps, you're going to have a hard time really clearing a bunch of those other players out.
The sweep by blue is going to lead to a very blue leaderboard, I would say.
Could we have a sweep the other way? I would say the odds are not in our favor given the 33-31 extended set number 1. Chaussee has set the high water mark for an individual performance. Claire Chaussee, 393 total points on the leaderboard right now. Again, working on Betty. A lot of serves going her way. As we get underway, Kevin Barnett alongside former collegiate standout setter Missy Whittemore, Savannah Collins on the sidelines. Match number 2, night number 1. What will be, let's see, 5 times 3. Do a little math on that.
15.
Times 2.
30.
Oh, we covered your math earlier.
I'm keeping up so far. I was doing well.
Okay. A lot of volleyball coming your way from now through the beginning of November when, again, a champion will be crowned. An individual champion in the team sport of volleyball. That is the Athletes Unlimited brand. It is an individual title, but you can't get there without everybody else.
Sydney Hilly early to Danielle Hart. That is something that I think they can get a little more middle production. When you've got Hart and Rosenthal in the middle, I think ball control is at a premium here for Team Edmond. If they can get the ball in the hands of Hilly with options, they've got some middle points that can be scored.
Set over, handled, set outside, still too tight. See if Team Dela Cruz is in better rhythm here. The backslide winner for Watson.
Dela Cruz felt like there was a couple of double contacts over there against Team Edmond. It won't matter because they scored the point anyway.
What do you think about double contacts as a call? As we get a check in here. Service. Gabby Blossom. Setter played 4 years at Penn State, then led USD to their first national semifinal. Alongside Katie Lukes, who we saw in set number 1, or match number 1. Betty trying to bang it through the defense, can't quite get there. How about one more time? Net violation, yes. Betty on the follow through. Tried to celebrate it away.
And only she knows if she was in the net or not. So will she choose to go to the challenge? If she doesn't, then I would say she's probably guilty. Although it's early in this set, and she may find it wise to save her challenge either way.
So we'll unwind the sub that was, and then the libero will return. Amaris Valdez Augusto back in. I have some replica jerseys out there you can get. I'm gonna go for the gold one myself. Edmond, outstanding stuff block, +12.
Edmond all over this one. Turning it back in bounds, making it look easy.
There's a good set to Betty. And the result is a kill.
And as we mentioned, Betty selecting Childress first with her first draft pick, some familiarity there between them as Childress, a setter who played in the league a season ago.
And the finish here, Leah Randy. Everyone know each other? Leah tipping over the top, well disguised by the captain in the purple jersey.
And as you mentioned, it's all about the disguise here. Going up high, not dropping that elbow and tapping it right over. It's hard to get one to the floor against one of the liberos in this league.
Service error, point, Team Dela Cruz. Now serving, Betania Dela Cruz.
Betania back to serve. 2 aces for her side. She has one of them. That one right to Hentz. Perfectly done. And in or out, it was in. Jenna Rosenthal with the kill.
And De La Cruz quickly saying, my bad, my bad. She doesn't like that serve. You know, she put it right on the passer. Too easy, and that results in a quick middle kill.
There was a spring tour with a AU group. Jenna Rosenthal, one of the members, she said she felt like it was very rock and roll. Got in the buses, played a whole bunch of matches. For the players, I was talking to Deja McClendon this afternoon. She said, I never thought I would play in Rec Hall again. I got a chance to play against Penn State in Rec Hall. They played against a lot of the old college teams for the players that were on the tour. Outstanding opportunity for both sides.
Several players return home, and interestingly, it's Team Edmond that has 6 players on their roster who are part of that tour. And so obviously some bonds created there that affected Leah's draft picks. Wow, Gold finding a way to get that one to the floor in what looked like an impossible situation.
Alicia Childress with a dig there. Outside, low and tight. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just get on it faster. Allie Linehan.
Just go faster and swing a little harder and whip your arm through like Allie Linehan. It's no problem.
Played on the USA Women's National Team Pan Am Cup team with Allie Bastianelli, Kendall White, Nick Reed. Little scoop to the outside for Vanderweider, who unloads. That one will stay alive, although deep onto the playing surface. Decent pass middle, and a little drop of the elbow kill for Karis Watson.
Childress trying to mix in a little middle as well. And we've seen a couple Karis Watson kills in this second set.
Backslide deep corner, Betty with the dig. No swing. Can Purple make a pay? Linehan, yes. Point, Edmond.
Linehan with a favorable matchup here as setter is in the front row, and she's taking full advantage of that.
So we are continuing this tight volleyball action here in the second set. Besides the victory, the end score of 33-31. The last 2-point lead was at 19-17. No one able to get away.
What a fun battle.
And we had 9 set points. Leah Edmond late in that set and here has all of the angle.
Yeah, she really does. She came up big as a captain at the end of that first set. They targeted her in serve receive as I would have expected, and she nailed a couple passes that were just key to create momentum there for her team on their way to those 40 win points.
Service error. Point.
If you join the Unlimited Club as a UC Gold member and you receive a Volleyball Gold box, the box will include an exclusive jersey, a Morgan Henson bobblehead, and more. Limited quantities are available, so go for gold today at au.prosports.com/membership. And who do we have to pay here as Edmond finds the angle again? That was one of the best looking swings we've seen tonight. Who do we have to pay or speak to get a Morgan Henson bobblehead for the broadcast booth here?
That was 100% my question. Like, surely we get one of those, right?
Yeah, like the next time we have a match with Morgan in it, when Team Edmond comes to play on Sunday.
I want it right here between us.
Yeah, we need to do the open with Morgan. Morgan, what do you think? Oh, she agrees.
More Morgan. You can never get enough Morgan wins.
Oh,
this girl's
man.
unbelievably talented.
Yeah, such a pleasure to watch in college.
Yeah.
And now the opportunity to see her play professionally. You've already seen her under scooping a probably kill in any other gym overpass redirect.
Yeah, I mentioned some NCAA titles, but I didn't mention the fact that Morgan just happens to have 3 of them herself.
There's Morgan Hentz, number 46, Defensive Player of the Year last year. And on the other side, Namaris Velez Augusto, Defensive Player of the Year before. Yeah, 300 MVP points, just so many spectacular digs. But that's her brand. And it's this Palazzo kill there, Piazzo. Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year, a lot of leaderboard points, 7th for Libero. That is top shelf. And named to the Dream Team. That'll be an all-position team this year. Will Hentz repeat? Alicia Childress with the dump right off the edge of the block, and Team De La Cruz with a 1-point lead. Who do you think gets away, perhaps, in this second set? Which side, and what would do it?
Pulls away?
Yeah. say a 3-point
I was
lead, which would be pulling
I was
away.
going to say, I'm not convinced that either side pulls away with a 3-point lead. However, I will say, Purple looks like they can score some points in a streak, in a run, because I just feel like they hit some chemistry moments where they seem to kind of get on a little roll. However, De La Cruz, of course, can score 3 in a row on her own at times, and I really like the way Willow Johnson has been playing. So, yeah, I may have just totally tapped out of answering that.
Is that the Willow Johnson you're talking about?
That's the one right there. That left hand has been dominant, coming through so quick. She's really impressed me. I can absolutely see why Betty goes early to pick up Willow Johnson in the draft.
What's different about a lefty?
The angles that a lefty can hit, setting up your block slightly differently against that left arm. But boy, the angles that a left-handed player can create on the left side. The ball doesn't have to travel across their body for them to, swing right-handed. They just have so many more angles.
Yeah, the block overrunning the play in a lot of cases. That ball will trickle over for an ace and a +12. You'll take it. Utilize the equipment, Captain.
Well, Savannah was talking to us about some of the Team Edmond strategy. She mentioned aggressive serving. Does that qualify as aggressive when it trickles over the net like that?
Well, who gets the negative there for the reception
Yeah,
error? Do you
that's
give
a
that to
good
the middle?
question.
I don't know where that goes. I don't know who's supposed to get that, but I do know that that block is going to be Jenna Rosenthal's. That is going to be a +12. Formidable at the net, number 16 tonight.
And after that one, don't you feel like next ball to Betty? No.
I kind of always feel like it's the next ball to Betty. That one got Willow Johnson's right leg. That one tagged her off the block. I don't know that the De La Cruz side could even see it. They may end up issuing a challenge here when clearly it hits Willow Johnson's right leg.
And Betty De La Cruz asking for some clarification. She said, was that block out? She wants to know if off the block, the ball landed out of bounds.
Well, in any case, there's been a little bit of a momentum change for Team Edmond. You can slow things down a bit.
As you said, I'm not sure that Team Gold was in a position where they could have seen had it gone off the leg of Johnson. So that isn't even on their radar. They're just trying to understand what was the original call here.
Yeah, this is our side view. We sit on this side quite close, and it skips right off the thigh of Willow Johnson. And since people wear long pants nowadays to play, you may not feel it anyway, but you're definitely not going to feel it. A glancing blow like that when you're wearing long pants, long sleeves. Yeah, I think they're going to lose this one. Long sleeves, long pants. I just couldn't play in it. I'd be too warm.
I'm a sweater, 100%.
Okay.
I would just be, I would be very hot. That would not work for me.
I like it. We're week 1 and match number 2. We're already learning some things about Missy Whittemore. Fantastic.
Particularly when you play in the state of Florida, it's a little bit humid there.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that's rough.
Not a problem here, generally speaking, in the desert.
Very true.
Yeah, we're going to be at Legacy Park, an incredible sports complex in Mesa, Arizona, throughout these 5 weeks. This is just night number 1. We have 3 nights per weekend. We have 5 weekends of play. We have 1 champion at the end. But Tanya De La Cruz is the reigning champion, and in a big way. I don't think she runs away with it like she did last year in this year, not with what I've seen from the young players thus far.
AU is loaded at the pins.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter which match you catch. There is going to be firepower at the pins, and it is going to make for a really exciting season. And it's going to make for some fun drafts coming out of the weekend.
Yeah, as the teams learn more, it's always interesting to see what follows. Is it people you like to play with? Is it people you're impressed with? How did the team dynamics go over the course of a few weeks of not only playing together, but living together, essentially, and having so many off-the-court experiences together? Things definitely change a ton in 5 weeks. Except for the fact that Betania De La Cruz chooses Nomaris Velez Agosto every time. We just know the sun comes up in the east, it sets in the west, and in between, Nomaris and Betty get together.
Hey, there's something to be said about chemistry, and we've already talked about how important those 2 players are going to be involved in every serve receive. and how important it is to feel comfortable passing next to someone. And so I just think that's
excellent
huge.
point.
I think it's a great pick by Betty.
Yeah. Give yourself some stability.
Yeah.
In the overall jumble each week, because they draft on Tuesday,
right?
And you got to play by Friday with a completely unique group. We have not gotten the same exact team twice.
Yeah, I mean, the group of setters that you're drafting from is so solid that if you have a solid first contact, they're all quite capable. But that first contact is key.
So what they're looking for here is, did the ball go off the block, hit the antenna, then hit Willow Johnson? Or is it as called? And in fact, well, we'll now have a counter protest. Let's take a look.
I'm wondering, I want to look at this again. Did the ball off of Allie Linehan hit the antenna
right
before it hit Johnson? That would be out of bounds off of Allie Linehan. So that's another.
Right, Willow Johnson contact into the block, off the middle of the antenna, back to Willow Johnson.
Right.
So each team gets 2 challenges per set. Challenges can be used for a variety of things. Net, block touch, line faults, ball in or out on the floor. And this would count as an out if it hits the antenna.
Right.
A long delay, back to 13 all.
No surprise, we're tied.
What we thought was a lead extending, just back to the mean.
Exactly.
Regression to the mean. Betty from the line. That ball too low. Where does that go? Who gets minus 12?
I think it has to be a set mistake.
Honesty, appreciated.
I know. It's hard to say, but you know.
14-13, Team De La Cruz. Team Edmond, 33-31, 40 win points to open in set 1. We play 3 sets no matter what. The win is on the aggregate amount. We add them all together. And there's going to be another point for Team De La Cruz. So right now, in the overall, if you look at the match score there, we are tied at 46 apiece. That is for the most win points. Even though it's 15-13 and we are at the technical timeout here in the second set. Team De La Cruz, bad timing for them, breaking their momentum.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Set number 2 action. It is close as it was through the first. We're tied at 46 in the overall, although the 2-point lead being carried by Team De La Cruz here in the second. A look back at match 1 and the MVPs as voted by the players and the members of the Unlimited Club. Claire Chaussee, Nutsara Tomkama, and Nia Reed picking up the honors there. 60 win points for Claire Chaussee in her debut. 16 kills, 311 digs. That'll do. And now we have a chance to visit with Claire Chaussee. It's Chaussee all day as far as I know, Claire. Yeah, tell me about the start to this professional career coming out of Louisville last year and now an opportunity to be an Athletes Unlimited.
Yeah, so right out of college, I just went to Italy and then I got back from that and I reached out to some of the girls who played here in previous years, like Erin Fairs, and she said that she'll let the AU committee know that I wanted to play here, and I eventually just got here. I don't know.
Claire, I'm curious, as a rookie getting your first taste of AU volleyball in our first match tonight, with the point scoring system, the individual stat points, did that impact your play at all? Did you find yourself thinking about that in terms of errors, or just, was it different for you?
No, I don't think you're good. The points, I wasn't focusing on the points at all. If I do, I don't think I would play as well. And I also didn't even know how the points worked at first, so I'm glad I didn't know that. But yeah, no, I don't think the points were in my head at all tonight.
Yeah, sometimes ignorance is bliss in that regard. Don't sweat it. You don't normally sweat the stats during a match anyway. It's all about the score, right? Where's your competitive spirit come from? Because I love the way you play, compete, a little bit of an edge to it, hitting over people. Who gets credit for that besides you?
Oh, goodness. A lot of people. Louisville, definitely. They just taught me to just rip it, and I might be small, but they gave me a chance playing D1, so definitely them for sure.
Yeah, Claire, the opportunity to play here in the United States, you mentioned you've already been overseas. How enticing was that for you just to be here in the States?
It means a lot, especially for all of us, but it just means a lot to play in the U.S., to be with these fans that are here, being able to connect with the fans. I think that was one of the hardest things overseas, just because I didn't know the language, but being here and being able to connect with people outside the court is super special.
Did you work on your wedding photography at all here?
Yes.
All overseas?
Not overseas,
Okay.
but I just did my first wedding this summer, and it went pretty well.
Awesome. So how's the pro life for you? Is that something you're going to continue to pursue? Going overseas, coming back playing here? What's your plan?
So right now, I don't have any plans of going back overseas. I'm going to continue to do AU, hopefully as long as I can, and PBF as well.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Claire, thanks for checking in with us. Congratulations on the debut, and love the swag you got going there.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Somebody melted your sweatshirt. Awesome. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Claire Chaussee checking in earlier from the victory on her side. That ball finds the floor.
It's about as perfect of an off-speed shot as you're going to see by Willow Johnson. Showing the big gun at times and then switching it up a little. Change up there from Johnson.
Willow Johnson leading her side. She's in double figures with 11. As Allie Linehan goes OT power.
Coming at you quick, Allie Linehan, as always.
People love when you win warm-ups, right? Straight down, bounces, show the power. That's a winning shot.
Yeah.
90% of the time in the game, you can hit a deep corner like that. Force someone to make a stab play into the gap.
Yep.
All right, Team De La Cruz, we were checking in with Claire Chaussee, opened up a bit of a gap, 4 points. That's a big one in this set, in this match. They're up in the overall. Another kill for Willow Johnson. Well, that's going to be a baker's dozen now as the stats continue to update. 8-2 scoring run for Team De La Cruz.
In the range, I mean, we've seen the angles. That time turns the ball straight down the line.
Yeah, a rejuvenated Willow Johnson. Miss.
Service error, point, Team Edmond. Now serving.
Join the Athletes Unlimited community right now. You can play Fantasy Pick'em, and you can chat with fellow AU members and more. Sign up today for free at ausports.com/fantasy. auprosports.com/fantasy is where you want to be all year. Maybe you want to pick Karis Watson. I love Karis Watson's quote. She said, if I wasn't a volleyball player, I'd have healthier joints, but less passport stamps.
That's great.
Seems a decent trade. Perfect pass. Morris got quite there. Not quite enough lift on that first contact. Edmond stays within 4. All right, so we're going to get a serving substitution. It was supposed to be Danielle Hart.
And it's going to be Bruns, Tegenroot back to serving. You just mentioned moments ago Watson. Well, guess what? She happened to just be in the wedding of Taylor Bruns, Tegenroot recently. So these two quite familiar with each other, but on opposite sides of the net at AU this weekend.
Yeah, they're teammates in Sweden and Germany. The nomadic life of a professional volleyball player. Betty. Yeah, high hands over is a lot of Betty's game.
And you see her pump her fist at Alicia Childress saying, yes, that's the set. They're starting to find that rhythm.
What's been the change?
Off the net, just a little. Of course, you've mentioned how Betty likes the height, but give her some room to swing because she's going to chop it off that block for sure.
So Willa Johnson at 126. Climbing up there along with Hilly and Hens. Linehan 181. Another outside having a nice debut. That one a little too high. Johnson underneath it. Betty working off the hands and scoring again. Team Dela Cruz stretching their legs in the second, 23-17.
I'm just so impressed with the game of Willow Johnson. She comes flying in out of right back for a dig there.
Now I wonder if we might get a timeout there, and indeed, Leah Edmond says we need to take a break.
Because it's not just about the fact that De La Cruz starting to run away with the second set, but when you take a look at the aggregate points, they're now +6. That's going to be a hard number to make up in the third set against a team like De La Cruz.
Willa Johnson, once upon a time, played pro ball in Turkey, and then she kind of went out of volleyball for a little while. Now she's back with tremendous success here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a member of the inaugural season of AU, but had some injuries. And boy, this season is she primed and ready to go. And when we saw Betty go for her so early in the draft, we thought, interesting choice. But boy, Betty said she's always felt like she has to go with her gut and what she feels like she sees in the scrimmages. And so obviously now we're getting a look at exactly what she was seeing in the scrimmages here.
And you need that balance too. You may want to get settled out, but Betty's been around long enough to know if you can't spread the court, it's trouble.
Yes, certainly spreads the court to have a really dominant right side opposite of Betty.
Yeah, 390. Pretty nice for Willow Johnson. Probably some decent comfort playing close to home for Willow out of Paradise Valley, Arizona.
Yeah. Willow Johnson, one of those players that is the Arizona to Oregon connection, and now back to Arizona for some AU volleyball. We have 3 of those, I believe.
I'm glad you're loving AU volleyball. Be sure to follow Athletes Unlimited on all of your favorite social media platforms. That's where you'll find game highlights, fit checks, and the hot seat, behind the scenes action, along with so much more. Follow today at AU Pro Sports. Yeah, how about your fit check? How's your fit check tonight?
Well, I knew it was Green Day in sports.
Oh, yeah. Way to plan ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love
You did
green.
not plan well.
No, I should have worn an Eagles helmet or something. Team Dela Cruz. Yeah, they're dancing. They're feeling good right about now. And mention of Green Sports Day, you'll see the athletes celebrating that day. It's a day when the global sustainable sports community comes together to leverage the power of sports to increase awareness. And this year, Athletes Unlimited was the first. It became the very first U.S.-based sports league to become carbon neutral. Pretty neat achievement. All right, Hens talking about the reception. A lot of communication. Her and Linehan next to each other. Here we go. 2 to go. That one can't be handled. Count the kill for Rosenthal.
Rosenthal, one of those dangerous middles we've alluded to. That's why the passing game is so important here for Team Edmond, because they've got a couple dangerous middles that they can work into this offense.
Can they make a little run here with Sydney Hilly at the line? Daughter of a couple of North Dakota State athletes, volleyball and basketball. Love the families with athletes in their lineage. Good tough serve on Betty. Betty pops it up perfect. She'll get it back. And put it down the line. And yes, touch called. Purple tried to celebrate their way out of that one.
Yeah, they did.
Set point. Dela Cruz maybe felt like that first one got away. They've made a push here. They have doubled up on points in the last 17 or 18 points here on the other side. Betty can't get a swing there. Inside, it's Leah Edmonds saving her side again.
Leah Edmonds says not yet, and as we've mentioned, every point is so important. You know, so important for Gold to close out this match immediately. They only have a +3 lead right now in aggregate points, and so Team Edmond would like to close that gap a little, whether or not they are able to claim set 2.
And then aggregate is worth 60, so Betania Dela Cruz goes +40 and continues to have her team with a leg up. 56-52 is how we are going to enter set number 3. A lead of 4 via a victory of 25-19 by Betania Dela Cruz. So we're not getting a sweep, we're getting intriguing third set action next from Mesa, Arizona. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by Nike and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. The scene is set for a competitive third set. Team Dela Cruz behind the champion, Betania Dela Cruz, with a 4-point advantage, 56-52. Wonder about the talent in this league. Well, there are Olympians past and perhaps future when you're talking about Betania Dela Cruz. Her team already qualified for 2024. Alicia Childress represented Team USA a couple of times. Ari Cruz, Natalia Valentina Anderson, and Sasa, who has joined the league for the first time. And you know what? I think we should just give over the broadcast right now. Let's go back to our star in the stands. Rai Santos, the show is yours.
Yes, hello guys. So talking about Olympians, we're here with Sasa. She's an Olympian, so it's her first time. Love it. Love the excitement. She deserves it. It's her first time in the league, and I want to ask her some questions. So she might answer in Portuguese. I will, translate a little bit. It's not that I speak Portuguese, but I can do my best. So, Sasa, tell us, how is the experience so far?
Bom, eu estou muito feliz de estar participando da Atletas Ilimitados. Está sendo uma experiência muito bacana e eu espero poder contribuir com o meu melhor para todas as atletas.
She said that she's very happy to be here with Athletes Unlimited, and she's hoping she can bring all her experience to help all the teams. Listen, what do you expect from the whole season?
I'm so happy. Yes.
You guys, we all love her so much. She's such a great teammate. And here with all the girls, we want to say thank you, AU, for a great experience. We're enjoying this already so far. So, excitement, let's go. Yay!
Thanks, Rye. Hey,
Thank you.
Rye, who have they enjoyed over there? Who are the players really liking? Do they have any names that are jumping up?
Any names? What players are you?
I'm so happy to be able to see Deja McClendon play. I was able to see her last year in Dallas when you guys played for Athletes Unlimited, so this is my second year being able to see her.
Nice, that's awesome. We all love a Deja. Tell me about your favorite player right now.
I really like Sydney Hilly because I've watched her all the way through Wisconsin, and I also love Hart because she's just dominating, and I love that as a middle. I love watching it. It's so much fun for me.
Love that. And tell me, a player, what player you're enjoying right now?
Hart.
Love it. Listen, they're all here enjoying this game. The game is, 56, 52, 1-1 in sets. So let's see how it goes.
Thanks, Rye.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, the Badgers popular. It's great to see because ESPN has done a tremendous job with the sport of volleyball overall. It's never been on more. It's never been easier to access via the ESPN app. It's never been easier to build a fan base and have people know who is out there in college and then follow them to the professional ranks.
Look what that access has created. It's created fans and young girls who want to come out and see these players as professionals now. It's so exciting.
A little bit of slowdown there for Willow Johnson, former Oregon star, who's been a star in this one. Everybody wanted to make a ton out of the Nebraska event. Amazing event, no doubt. Absolutely incredible event of 90,000 people to see volleyball in Nebraska. But we knew Nebraska loved volleyball. Maybe not to that level, but it's really not news that Nebraska is volleyball crazy. I thought about a week and a half later was perhaps bigger news. Because in the same week, you had over 17,000 at Wisconsin for a match there. And then you had Louisville bring in 12,000. I believe it was a back-to-back nights. Now that, to me, looks like sustained popularity.
Yeah, soon after that, Florida with the most fans ever at an SEC match. So I think what was exciting for me is it was happening cross-conference.
Yep.
From sea to sea, literally. Just so happy for the sport. And the fact that, as I've heard several college coaches say, it's demanding attention. We're at a tipping point, It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's time for it to take over as the #1 sport for women.
It is already the #1 sport in terms of team sports that girls are playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And participation and growth.
Yes.
That was what was shown in the report, that this sport is on fire. So volleyball, catch it.
Yes.
Well, don't. That's a lift. But pass it. That doesn't sound good. We got to work on the branding there. We had everything with Benson Insurance, and now we're kind of failing. Second set. My bad. Dig, transition, and it's a couple of points from Betania De La Cruz already here in this set. 2-2, and kind of a fun look across the net. Betty's not afraid to do a little post-point work with her eyes.
Yeah. Childress a little slow to get up here. Betty checking on her setter. Oh, you see the awkward land there by Childress. But she seems to be just fine.
Well, that is not what Team De La Cruz needs.
She's definitely just fine. Just came flying in to pick up a tip. Well done, Alicia.
Doesn't matter. Rosenthal back the other way. Early in the match for Zanata Adekanle lost to injury, a left knee injury, it appeared, and she is unavailable for the rest of tonight. Her status will be updated with our day off between now and Sunday night's matches. Sunday night matches coming to you at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be the same schedule on Monday as we close out week 1.
I really like the fact that the day off comes after the first day of play, because you can practice all you want, but until you're out there in the heat of competition and see how people really respond, I just love the fact that they have, Big rip from Betty. I like the fact that the captains have that day to reassess.
Did you see a little point at the champion there? That was cool.
I've noticed during the match that De La Cruz has a nice little patch on her shoulder,
Willow just pointed at it. Yeah, that swing, that's a champion swing.
signifying that she is our champion from a year ago, just in case anyone forgot, by the way.
And it's this deep corner winner for Colasso. Colasso with the kill.
Okay, also creating some nice balance for Team Edmonds. As you said, coming in, we got Katz on the pins and Leah Edmond and Allie Stumler-Linehan. But Cayasso dangerous from the right side, so that's nice balance that Hilly has to work with.
Yeah, 5 championships, 3 vice championships down there in Puerto Rico. If you don't know what that is, that's kind of a European term. You were the winner. You lost in the championship. But you have been in the championship 8 times in Puerto Rico. You've been playing some stellar volleyball.
Yeah.
Look at Kayla Banwarth there, facilitator for Team De La Cruz in this week. The facilitators rotate around, and that is based on the 4 positions. So it's not by player that ends up in that spot. It's just by position. The assignment is predetermined. Nice dig in the angle. Nomaris handling it. Linehan, tip, thrown, picked up by Childress. Perfect spot. Battling back Rose, and the winner, Colasso.
Really like the choice there by Sydney Hilly, expecting the ball to the left pin and out of system situation, but she's got Cayasso out of back row.
Sometimes you wonder when a hammer goes to the back row, well, where's the offense going to go? The answer is it stays at the pin.
Yeah.
The captain is back.
Yes.
Rosenthal with another nice reach, and it pays off. Jenna Rosenthal has been a force. Oh, pardon me. I'm trying to give Hearts credit to Rosenthal. Both about the same size.
Yeah.
Both making big moves.
And I think the word force works for both as well.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And that was on our radar coming in.
It was. When I saw this roster right away, the middle talent jumps off the page.
Again.
On cue. Thank you, Danielle Hart. Demonstrating the force that we alluded to.
If you want to shop heartart.com, do it. She runs an ocean epoxy business. We have to talk.
Have you seen a demonstration of her art? It's beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
She and I are going to have a little chat about making things.
Are you interested in these type of things?
Oh, this is what I do. Yeah, we need a chair chat with Danielle Hart at some point to discuss
Really?
this. Yeah.
Okay. So
in match, it's
going to
get pretty nerdy. Well, no, it's about my curiosity about what she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Very cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. If you haven't seen it, you definitely want to go to shop her art.
ShopHeartArt.com.
It's always especially rewarding to see a player who's returned from injury be back at the top of their game.
That was one of the sad moments.
It was really,
in what was otherwise a
heartbreaking.
fantastic season.
Yeah, completely heartbreaking to see Danielle Hart with a knee injury in that 2021 season when Wisconsin won the national championship. And so to see her back at the top of her game really puts a smile on my face.
Going to that back row once again, this time missing. Team Edmond gives 1 back. Team De La Cruz within 2 in this set. But Team De La Cruz still with a 62-60 lead in the overall. Remember, 40 points for the set, 60 points for the overall. 100 team points available, so you can move up our leaderboard and maybe challenge Claire Chaussee or Tom Com, Utsara Tom Com. It's our only first name team, Team Utsara, in this week. It's like Madonna or Drake. You know who it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Nutsara. It's all you have to say. Tell you what, Karis Watson, I think she's got a lot of fans at Winthrop right now. She was working as a volunteer assistant there, and so I have a feeling she's got some people cheering her on from the East Coast for sure.
That ball kept alive. Henson's going to put it over. Ace averted.
Yeah.
Hence again charging right in there with the read. And is it good? Yes, it is, to the corner. I want to give that point to Hentz
Yes,
for the read.
as you should. Hentz sees it before it happens. She sees the game. She anticipates the play. I mean, you can't react to a play this quickly. You have to have already read it in order to make that first save that she made that results in the beautiful tip then down the line.
I think she got a sports almanac from the future. Read the play-by-play, and then came back to play the barrel. Was there a touch? No, that one's off the cable and out of bounds. Sharp. I think we found the limit of the sharp angle here for Leah.
Is there a limit? Is there?
That was so sharp
guess.
that it ran out the cable. Hey, I didn't want it to run out.
I know.
Nice overhand reception. Delivery to the middle, double block. Help from Childress. Overhead, Johnson. Middle back. Well, they have options aplenty over there. Oh, that's a nice little roll shot. Take that one to the beach.
Little point from Linehan to Hilly there. Nice communication, letting her know where the open spot is on the court.
Hey, Linehan can travel over to Tucson and play in my all-time favorite beach volleyball tournament that's held over there every year.
Oh, she would be great.
It's the Cat Box Classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you be playing?
No, but if you step on something, don't pick it up. 10-8, Team Edmond. Oh, big attack from Willow. They're moving her around. Defense needed. How about a swing? Tough one for Betty. Coverage. I love the scramble. Soft touch, Betty. There's a net from Alicia Childress. On the reach. Look like the left hand. Tough bang-bang play. Edmond +3.
And Childress may now be fessing up to Betty very quickly that, yeah, actually I was in the net. Don't use your challenge here.
Honesty is important. We had Sasa, who played on the Brazilian national team for a long time. I watched a Brazilian player, not her, herself utilize all the challenges for her team in plays where she obviously made a mistake and netted. Rosenthal finds that one. Hentz again with a cover play.
It's tight.
Didn't find hands. The women in black and gold say no. Tong Wen, our R1, says yes. And someone again fessed up.
Absolutely, look at that. They don't go to the challenge. So someone said yes, I did get a piece of it. It may have been Childress again.
Her or Karras? Outside, Betty, a little tight. Big bang, Rosenthal with the transition. Linehan, another tip, and it's successful. Showing the off speed here.
That one split in the court right between Willow Johnson and Betty De La Cruz, and neither is able to get there.
With Team Edmond stretching their lead to 5, and in fact taking the overall score 65-64. They are in control of a potential 100 points here in the third set. So Team De La Cruz, they're going to take a breath and hope to come back.
Third, the throw home. Got her! Enough for Hentz to be there.
That's right. We are fans too.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Being green and protecting the environment is important to me because we only have one planet, and I think that taking small steps as an individuals can lead to bigger change as a whole.
It's really important to understand that we are stewards for this planet that we've been given. It really does start with each and every one of us being able to be a better caretaker of the environment.
Protecting the environment is important to me, maybe even more so now that I have kids. What are the things that I'm doing or I'm participating in that are setting them up for the most success?
We can show the people that this is something we care about, and it may give them a little inspiration to start caring about it as well.
The conclusion undetermined. 65-64, Team Edmond with the overall lead. 100 points still yet to be determined here in the third set. They lead 13-8 in that third. Will aces play a role? We don't know just yet. Who will serve tough? We do know if you serve tough, Aspiration has committed to putting 10 trees in the ground for every ace that is produced in this season. Stay tuned throughout the season to see how many trees will be planted thanks to Aspiration's support. And we've put 40 in the ground.
Just tonight, 40 right here, as you're going to get a look at 4 of our aces. Sydney Hilly getting in on the action. Vanderweide with a nice deep serve, and just a lot of floaters right now is where we're kind of seeing success. Leah Edmond happens to catch the net tape. Betty De La Cruz, that one server that we're seeing go after it with the jump serve, a little different look from the inline.
Yeah, she's probably going to be the only jump server throughout this entire season. Last year, not too many errors to go with it. Almost a 1-to-1 ratio, aces to errors for her, benefiting her side. Who will take this third set? Who will take 100 team points? Who will rise up the leaderboard in night number 1? Hence, doing her best with the defense. Another dig added. Wipe by Alicia Childress. Thank you very much.
That is experience. Alicia Childress, the one-hand push off the block as she comes running across.
How many digs for Morgan Hens? Take a stab.
I'm going to say 16.
No. You're way off. You're off by 50%.
What?
24 digs already.
Are you kidding?
Yes. I'm not kidding, no.
I was trying to, I noticed that she'd only had a couple 20-plus dig matches from a season ago, so I felt like, okay, that's got to be too big of a number for me to guess. So I tried to be really conservative, and I'm way off. I overthought it, because my gut told me 20. I overthought it. Man.
She's starting at the top. Outside, Betty. This time threw hard, but that has not been the case a ton in this match. The block has been doing some work. But Danya De La Cruz, 14 kills, but only hitting 300.
It's got to be frustrating as a blocker to feel like you're in exactly the place you need to be, and it's just a better attack from De La Cruz.
Sharp inside, Linehan. And an update on those 24 digs. That ties the all-time AU record.
Wow.
So that, just throw the record out now. There's no chance we go through, even if it's 10 more points, just Edmond scores 10 points. There's 0% chance 46 doesn't pick up another dig.
I agree.
Probably 5.
I agree. We're starting hot here at AU this year.
Yeah, we had the set 33-31. Record-setting digs performance, TBD by 46. Wearing the black jersey on the purple side. Tip stabbed up by Betty. Willow trying to get in there with the right hand. She is left-handed. There it is. Put it in the books, along with another point for Team Edmond as they extend their overall lead to 68-66.
And my anticipation of the matchup that we're going to get between Claire Chaussee and Allie Linehan is just growing with each point. These two are so fun to watch. Two young stars in the league this year. You're not going to want to miss the matchup between those two.
Back-to-back blocks. Soft blocks. Willow tries to push it through and indeed finds success with 2 hands.
Boy, after all that hard work from Hart not to register any block points there, sure does feel heartbreaking.
Betty to the line, her side down by 5. And 10 trees into the earth. Thanks, Aspiration.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Planet.
She is the career record holder in aces.
If you're looking for a tie and a golden set. Ooh, that's close. I think we're getting a challenge here. I couldn't quite see it. I was shielded. Did you grab
I was
it?
also shielded, but I
Challenge coming.
think we're going to get a challenge.
Now, without the result of this play, whichever way it goes, as we look at it here, let's see. I would have gone within. Oh, that's
Yeah,
it. That's
that's
going to be
it.
another ace. That's going to be 10 more trees. It's going to be 20 total planted by Betania De La Cruz. Can you ask for those trees to be in your front yard?
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
do you want all 10 of them?
Not me, no,
Oh, okay.
Betty. Yeah, Betty wanted them at the house.
Betty. Okay.
She gets first dibs.
She should get
Yeah.
first dibs. She might give us a couple if we ask. 10's
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay. That seems like, a lot. Especially
Yeah.
what kind? Maybe aspens? It's even a lot of aspens. Walnut or maple, I mean, no way.
I hate raking. I don't really want that many trees in my yard, to be honest.
A little sweaty and hate raking. Probably because you sweat while you rake.
Exactly.
Yeah, Missy Whittemore. Now we're learning. We think this is going to go another ace for the gold side team De La Cruz. But before this point is awarded, a 25-21 set will give us a golden set opportunity.
And you are so hoping.
I'm all about it. I'm going to get a jersey that looks like the gold team, the black one, instead of just going to say golden set, please, on it. That's what it's going to say.
I hope you have it by the next broadcast.
Yeah.
I want you to wear that.
Is that business formal? Business casual? I'm not sure. All right, 25 digs. There it is. You saw it moments ago. Morgan Hens sets the AU single game record. And as we thought, that ball confirmed in. Betania De La Cruz back-to-back aces.
Scoreboard scrolling, and I think they finally got it right now.
Looked like a slot machine for a second.
It did.
Right into the gap again. Tough one. But Hart hits Edmond out. Look at that. Well done, 17-13. We are tied in the overall.
Hilly down to one knee, and she still sets the slide to Danielle Hart. Those are a couple players who have spent some time together.
Outside, Van der Weide sneaks it through the block. If you're looking for an update on what Missy Whittemore is excited about, that would be the Claire Chaussee versus Allie Linehan matchup. That is going to happen. Team Edmond versus Team Nutsara. That will be 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
Wow.
Tune in. Violence at the pins. As opposed to cats at the pins, which is what's going on now. Willow. You know what? We have an update.
What's that?
Yeah, Monday at 7. Remark your calendar. I don't want to. Here's the bottom line. Tune in all the time, will you please? Just tune in. These are great matchups. You want to see them. Monday at 7. You can also be there Sunday at 9:30. Listen, it's a match a night. 2 matches are happening. We want you there.
They're both going to be really
Yeah.
good. That's the point. They're both going to be really good. The other point is that at the end of these sets, our captains tend to play out of their mind, as demonstrated by the last swing from Leah Edmond. Drills one to the floor.
That ball is going to drop. Oh, Hart pointed it in before it was in.
It's kind of like walking in a putt. That's what it felt like to me right there. I like it, Danielle Hart.
19-15, 71 apiece. We've already had history in terms of the number of digs. Oh, another tough ball. Van der shot. Rosenthal pops it up. Outside. Throw to the corner, no. Well, X1 action. Pulled wide. It was open.
Yes, it was. Wow. Free ball opportunity. Had to have it. Just, it was too good to be true. The set was perfect. Rosenthal behind. Edmond coming in. Hot.
You're watching now the third set. You get 40 points for winning a set in Athletes Unlimited. You get 60 points. Every player added to their personal score for winning the entire match. And that is on an aggregate. That is the smaller score below the team names there, the match score. 72 all is that match score.
And we're seeing the quality of middles here that we mentioned early on Team Edmond, as both Hart and Rosenthal kills here in this match when it's on the line right now.
Backslide blocked right back in to Karis Watson.
Yeah, I think it was probably headed out of bounds, but Karis Watson's still in the air. Just can't get out of the way of that one.
Need to get Karis Watson and Kendall White together. Kendall White has the matrix moves. Needed him right there. Bandawada steers that one. Another good touch for Team Edmond. Set over into the campfire. Did you bring the graham crackers?
I brought the chocolate. I thought you
Okay.
had the graham crackers.
We're all set.
I always bring the chocolate. It's my thing.
After you're finished with your raking,
Right.
you do not enjoy.
I treat myself with chocolate.
22-16.
Chaoso, really big time touch there on the block.
Yeah.
Big time.
Rosenthal again benefiting her side. And the captain with more angle. Is that 5 feet?
It definitely was 5 feet. Just when you thought there was no more angle to be had, Leah Edmond said, let me show you.
Yeah, and let me show you a 23-16 fourth set lead, a 4-0 run, and a 3-point lead in the overall 75-72. Looking to take away 140 total points.
You know, when Leah Edmond's not playing volleyball, she actually does our job, calls matches for ESPN, Kentucky matches for ESPN Plus. I have to say she could take my job, but I can't take hers. I'm not capable of the 5-foot angle.
No, we're not going to have the parent trap swap here, no?
Not happening.
No. Yeah, I'll look at Leah Edmond tonight. 190, not necessarily like the world on fire, being asked to do a lot on the outside.
Absolutely. Yeah, she is. And she knows who she is. She knows that's her game. You know, she is the one who said, I like having Allie out there. She's consistent. I'm a banger. You know, and that's how she's going to roll.
Yeah, consistent. Great word. Nice choice. 19 kills, 37 attempts for Allie Linehan. That is a cool 460 because she's only hit the ball out once and only been blocked once.
Incredible. 460 from the left pin with 37 attempts. 37 attempts. One time the block has gotten the best of you, and one time you've hit the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, get used to number 37 in purple for this week. The numbers don't change, but look at Linehan. Look at what that type of efficiency will do for you.
And to consider the fact that all win points have already been distributed to the blue team.
What if you had 100 right now?
Right, add 100 to her score right now, and look at where she goes. So, I mean, that is absolutely incredible. There's still 100 win points on the line right now that could be added to Allie Linehan's total, aside from her stat points, which I think she'll probably collect a few more of those as well.
And that would put her right behind Claire Chaussee, and they will match up when?
You know, later in the weekend.
Monday at 7? Okay, great. Let's get a little audio with Aaron Ferris, AU veteran.
Perfect. You're reading her and going in and getting some great touches. I have nothing to say. Good, good, good. Okay. Hey, you're playing good. Yeah. I feel like you're like tense. No, yeah, okay. I'm not. Good. I think this. Hey, Noma, this ball. You got this ball. You were in the right place. You got that. Go! Bangers! Ah! Oh my God, that. You heard that, right? That was a really good one.
And into the action again with Aaron Ferris. You know, if we mic you up and you say I have nothing to say, that's a bad combination, Aaron. What we need is Aaron just to list off the TV shows she's watching right now. That's her thing. She's got a list on her phone. If you're looking for a recommendation,
okay.
Yeah, you need to hit Aaron up.
Also a member of our player executive committee is Aaron Fairs, one of the leaders of the players here.
2 away, Edmond from 100 points. Could they be 1 away? Indeed. So they've already taken 1 set. They're looking to secure plus 60 and plus 40. Not yet. Vanderwide finally got a hold of one. Second set and match opportunity. Remember, you could come back if you're Team De La Cruz. Get a run here, get the overall. Not anymore. Close out. 25-17, and that would be 77-73 and 100 team points for a total of 140 on the match for Team Edmond.
Final kill from Chaoso, and this has to feel like an absolutely huge victory for Team Edmond to take down Team De La Cruz in their first match of the weekend. You know, they may have some wrinkles to work out, but this is going to give them all sorts of confidence.
Confidence gained, trust in teammates retained. We're going to be back on Sunday night, 7 Eastern. More Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN+. It's Team Edmond taking on Team Valentine Anderson. We appreciate you being here. It was overtime in the first, 33-31, 25-19, and 25-17. Team Edmond, 77-73 in the overall. We'll see you Sunday, everyone.